It is time now for the Peter Chell sign-off news report for this Wednesday morning, early Wednesday morning, December 3rd, 2014. And just before the Peter Chell concludes its broadcast day, a summary of late news, travel and weather headlines on this early Wednesday morning, December 3rd, 2014. Peter Wiggins reporting here on this early Wednesday morning here. And here now your news headlines here, and our top story at 1:22 in the morning time here is a Riverside County, California woman and has become the latest alleged victim to say that she was raped by comedian Bill Cosby. In recent weeks, at least 13 women have stepped forward to say that they were sexually abused by the alleged entrant in the case that has spiraled out of control. Maryland contractor on Wednesday marked 5 years imprisonment in Cuba, and his wife urged authorities to release him, saying he was paid a terrible price and was literally wasted away in confinement. The Lebanese army detained the wife and the daughter of an Islamic State leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, as they crossed from Syria 9 days ago, security officials said on Tuesday, and said back to the group as it comes under increased military pressure. England's King Richard III identified by DNA. A patient with a suspected Ebola virus was admitted to Mass General Hospital Tuesday afternoon. The hospital said the patient being treated meets the Centers of Disease Control criteria, having trouble doing Ebola is present in the country. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has dismissed the two leaders for the centrist parties in his close and accused them of plotting the putsch. Hong Kong, the founders of Hong Kong's Occupy Central Civil Disobedience Movement on Tuesday, called on pro-democracy activists to retreat from city centers over the fears of violence just hours after the student leader has called on supporters. Despite a well-publicized campaign to combat graft and crack down on corrupt public officials, China has lost a shrine on the table, being labeled more than corrupt this year than it was in 2013. Sabring, the Florida Medal of Honor Memorials Committee invites the community. The National Weather Service said up to 6 inches of rain was possible in parts of Southern California by the time storm ends on Wednesday, as heavy California rain brings drought relief, threatens mudslides. In Washington, President Obama will nominate Ashton Carter, a physicist with a long experience at the Pentagon, as his new Secretary of Defense, according to the current former U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel. Overall, U.S. auto sales hit a 17.1 million vehicle annualized pace in November, the highest November rate since 2003, powered by strong demand for trucks and SUVs, as GM, Chrysler, Honda U.S. sales rise in November. U.S. CEOs are expected to boost hiring in the next 6 months. Steve Jobs saw Apple incorporated 70% market share for digital music slip in 2004. Called competitors, hackers, and told staff in emails that Apple needed to pivot according to evidence presented to a jury. Apple's been trying to own the term in Australia since 2008, but in 2013, the nation's Register of Trademarks ruled that App Store does not distinguish the applicant in his own. It's now easier than ever to manage Twitter tools. A social network unveiled a mobile-friendly suite of tools today that allow users to flag abusive content and users in fewer steps than the previous process. State showdown coming on evidence standards serve faster Wi-Fi. In New York, Will Smith, Jared Leto, and Tom Hardy are suiting up for DC Comics supervillain team-up film squad, Suicide Squad. Rolling Stone sex player Bobby Keys is dead. Like the barrage of awards handed out Monday, those given by NBR don't really offer any real indication how Oscar voters are thinking. It turns out that Burt Reynolds is somewhat of a financial crisis, but rather than calling at his pals and asking for a few extra dollars or picking up a guitar playing in subways for some change, he has devised a rather ingenious way to raise some funds. A 21-year analyst of NASA and the University of California Irvine found Antarctic glaciers are losing in water weight the equivalent of Mount Everest every 2 years, with melting rates of part of the continent tripled over the past decade. The Orion spacecraft sits at Space Launch 37, Complex 37, will go final preparations to launch to Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Cape Canaveral, Florida, on Monday, as Mars capsule test heralds new space age with Musk and NASA. Following a Mediterranean diet might be a recipe for long life because it appears keeping people genetically younger, says U.S. researchers. Hospitals in the United States saw a 17% decline in the hospital-acquired dishes between 2010 and 2013 due to marked improvement in patient safety, saving an estimated 50,000 lives and billions in all, the Department of Health and Human Services said. Take a look at New England's alerts here at 126 in Providence and 95 northbound exit 22 rollover with ejector trauma team being activated there. And also in Providence, a shooting victim at Broad Street and Elmwood Avenue. And Hampton, Massachusetts, a chimney fire. Fire responded 135 Mountain Road for a chimney fire to be burned by Hampton Police. Lowell Police were called to the Pace gas station tonight about 9:40 p.m. for what was initially reported an armed robbery. Peter, Channel News times now 1:27 in the morning time here on this early Wednesday morning here. And take a look at the traffic situation here around New England there. And it shows all is clear on the highways, byways in New England there. And 290 on the 395 on the southbound side of Mass Pike a little slow. 84 westbound near Sturbridge is a little slow. 93 northbound a little slow from 293 in Manchester all the way up in the Vermont border. 89 slow from 93 to the Vermont border. 91 in Vermont is slow from Berber all the way up in Lebanon due to the winter weather advisories here. And 95 main turnpike is slow from Wells all the way up into Garner, Maine, and 295 a little slow from Portland all the way out to Garner. So if you're up in northern New England driving, try to take your time and be safe here. Peter, Channel News time is 1:28 in the morning time here on this Wednesday morning here. And take a look at our weather forecast here. First, we're going to take a look at hazard weather outlook here. And it shows day 1 tonight, hazard weather not expected at time here. And day 2 for 7 Wednesday for Monday. There'll be a moderate probably for some snow and ice across the through late Friday night and Saturday morning here. Okay, take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For overnight, rain, patchy fog, low around 32 degrees east, wind about 6 miles coming calm. Chance of is 8%, new principal about between a 10 and a quarter inch possible. Wednesday at chance rate rain before 3 p.m., patchy fog before 10 a.m. Then patchy fog after 4 p.m. Clouds got high about 56 degrees and south for about 7 to 13 miles per hour with a gust size 30 miles by chance base is 40%, new principal about less than 10 inch possible. For Wednesday night, slight chance of rain before 8 p.m. Clouds got during the early evening, the gradual clouds got low about 31 degrees and west, wind about 7 to 11 miles by gust size 26 miles by chance base is 20%. For Thursday, South got about 40 degrees and northwest wind about 6 and 9 miles per hour. First night, Podcast got low about 22 degrees and north wind about 6 miles per hour. For Friday, Podcast got about 40 degrees. Friday night, chance of rain and snow showers after 4 a.m. Most of the clouds got low about 33 degrees and chance base is 30%. Saturday, chance of showers with clouds got about 47 low about 38 degrees and chance base is 40 to 50%. For Sunday, chance of showers with clouds got about 44 low about 38 degrees and chance base is 30 to 40%. Monday, chance of showers with most of the clouds got about 40 low about 37 degrees and chance base is 40%. And for Tuesday, chance of showers with clouds got about 42 degrees and chance base is 40%. North temperature 41 degrees, light rain, fog mist, and that's me for the period channel. Set up news report. It's Wednesday, December 3rd, 2014. Peter Wiggins saying good night and good morning. And now, time is now 1:30 in the morning time on this early Wednesday morning. December 3rd, 2014, and the Peter channel will be signing off for the night here. And now on the behalf of the staff and management at the Peter channel here in Norton, Peter Wiggins saying good night and see you in the morning. Good night.